Hello, welcome to my back garden. I'm just sat having a cup of tea. What a lovely day. Just sat listening to a couple of tunes before I start my new job at the local harvester. I just needed to take a couple of days out. It felt really inappropriate even thinking about posting any political chat yesterday in light of the events in Manchester. So let's just deal with that one before we crack on. First things first, to the people of Manchester, to the emergency services, to taxi drivers, to the general public who've been out in droves delivering stuff, just I salute you. I mean, the response of that city has been incredible. Every faith, every part of the community, every age, every sexuality coming together for a common good. That's great. I wish I could say that every response I've come across has been so positive, but unfortunately the usual set of authoritarians, trolls and idiots have sort of come out asking for some ridiculously draconian police state to be put into place. Look, my response to this is really simple. The way you win is by just carrying on the way that we all want to carry on. We all want to see a world where kids are free to go to pop concerts and where we're free to walk and share things in the park and hold conversations without, running through 1,000,001 hoops just to get there. The way we carry on is we do what we do, and in fact I'd say we redouble our efforts. We actually make more of an effort, like those wonderful people in Manchester have done, to get together and show. This doesn't change anything, it makes us stronger. It makes us come together more. Now, I did go and have a coffee with a good friend Mike Nichols the other day to talk politics in the park, which was fantastic. We had a really good chat, and the one thing that kept cropping up is we ended up talking about, empathy with the other side and looking at things in a balanced way without losing your cool. And obviously I came back that night and the terrible news broke, so it kind of felt vaguely ironic for a little while there. But today is a new day. Let's get back on it. So, I hope you enjoy. There's a few problems with the sound. It was a little bit windier than we thought. It's a little overexposed. It's not going to win any awards. David Lynch, I am not. But regardless, I hope you enjoy. Have a fantastic day, and see you soon. Very good afternoon. I'm on my way to see my friend Mike today. He's a right clever sausage. He's got some ideas in his head, so let's go and see what he's got to say. You've been quite enthusiastic about meeting up and chatting over this from the word go. What is it you like about the idea?
I think it's really important to do stuff like this where there's a political conversation going on that is not part of the mainstream media, that maybe raises the level of public debate to a more intelligent level, is more interesting, more relevant to younger people, and also to talk about things in a way that is not polarised. It would be great if more young people would understand the importance of voting, no matter who you vote for, just participating.
I'm not so sure people actually really know what the Labour Party stands for, and then where the Lib Dems are different and where the Tory Party are, because one thing you hear a lot is all of the major parties are basically the same.
That is generally from people that don't actually get themselves as well informed as they should do. Because, for example, I mean, I replied to a post on Facebook that you replied to this morning, from someone saying exactly that. And okay, let's look back over the years, the things that have actually changed because governments did them. So like the minimum wage, which at the time the Conservatives said it would be a disaster, and then it wasn't. Obviously the referendum on leaving Europe, the
legalisation of gay marriage, the legalisation of abortion, the legalisation of homosexuality. I mean, people forget actually, just how much the world has changed over the past 50 or 60 years, and that's largely through politics.
And I suppose if you're relatively young, maybe you don't get so much of a sense of that because you haven't seen it happen.
So the Conservative Party isn't a monolith, and it's not dogmatic in it. It has to move in with the times.
Yeah.
It's and that's the same as the Labour Party, I guess. I mean, the new Labour sort of position of the early 90s and into when they came to power in 97, totally different from the Labour Party of the 1940s or 50s. So you're sort of less extreme to left or right, but you veer towards libertarianism as opposed to authoritarianism.
I do, yeah. And not libertarianism to the extent where I don't want to pay any taxes. You know, I don't want the government to take money from me and spend it on the police. I just want to live in a compound with a security fence. You know, that's because that, you know, extreme libertarianism gets to...
It gets all a bit wacko, doesn't it, fairly quickly?
Yeah, exactly. If you go too far with any extreme ideology, then it does.
So, as dull as this is, we're both probably effectively saying that whether you're a little bit right or a little bit left, or a little bit authoritarian, or a little bit libertarian, the key is to try and have empathy and find a way to negotiate in that middle area, because one extreme of either axis, left or right, up or down, is probably problematic. Is that kind of what you...
That's how I feel about it personally, but then I have my own bias to feel like that, which I must be aware of, you know, and you've got to respect other people's biases. And the thing that I've found hardest is, you know, to understand the mind of conservatives. I really like it, you know, I like befriending those people because they're just so interesting to talk to, because their minds are so alien to me. You know, and the kind of moral values that I guess those people have quite strongly are definitely a different take on fairness to someone on the left, I guess.
Yeah.
Just the idea that if you work hard, you know, you should get the fruits of that yourself and not have the government take it away and give it to someone else. I see all the positive aspects of capitalism. Capitalism is vilified by a lot of people, but the more you think about it, what it actually is historically and what it's done, there's a lot of positive aspects to it as well. More innovative, more productive, etc. I wouldn't want to stifle that, but I certainly think you could raise taxes from where they are without stifling it. Having said that, if a left-wing government started over-regulating me as a self-employed person and making it difficult for me to just get on with my career, then I would have a problem with that.
What impulse scares you the most?
Well, if you're talking about the libertarian authoritarian thing, then yeah, I guess the big brother versus little brother kind of technological evolution is worrying. You know, we've had American security forces you know, tapping into a data pipeline and basically being able to spy on anyone. We've had the Snoopers Charter.
But by the very same token, extreme libertarianism, as I think we both agree on this, is just about as nuts at the extreme end.
For example, I suppose scrapping the minimum wage is an example of a libertarian policy, because it then allows you to go out and say, right, I want a job doing, how little are you going to do it for, and exploit people. So I don't think you should have the liberty to do that.
It doesn't sound good on paper, does it? That?
No.
If I'm honest. Thank you ever so much for coming and having a coffee with me. And what a day! Look at the weather we got for it, eh?
It's beautiful, isn't it? Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Next time I get you down, Mike, we'll see if we can get you with one of those hardcore radical conservatives here to have a chat with.
That'll be amazing.
That'll be fascinating. Thanks for being here, mate, and see you all next time.